Hi everyone, happy Friday. We are finally going to finish this little tea kettle. It is already sold and I need to get it finished and in the mail. So we got it started, worked on it a couple of times with you, and we are going to try to finish it today other than sealing it. But I did go ahead and put some bees on, drew some bees on, and I've got a couple more that I need to shade and outline their wings a little bit. But I did do some gray on them, some slate gray on the wings. I decided to do them white. I was going to do them gray, and then I decided to just do them white and shade them, float them in some gray. So I've got two over here that I have not shaded yet. So we're going to do that right quick, and then we're going to work on the lid, and then we will see if there's anything else that we need to do on these. It's turning out really, really cute. I've got to take the tape off the handle. But welcome, come on in. I am Pam Savage, owner of Young at Heart Creations. And I love it when you come in my little craft corner, my little craft room with me. So I've got my palette here and I've got slate gray on it. And that's what we're going to be shading these last two little bees in. So I just went ahead and put bees all the way around it. And used a Q-tip to do the center of the flower, of the sunflower. We'll get started on these. Let me get us pulled up over here. It's been kind of stormy all day here in North Texas and raining. And I thought, oh, I don't know if the internet's going to cooperate with us, but I'm going to go for it anyway because right now I don't know when I will have time to do another live. It's just crazy right now. Hi, Barbara. Hello, hello. Thank you for coming in. All right, let's see if we can get us going over here. Okay, looks like we're up. I don't have comments yet. There's always a little bit of delay on the iPad, but we'll watch it and see if we can get one. But say hello as you come in. And let's get started. So I've got slate gray out on my palette, and I'm going to do these couple of bees here. And I know this one is such a hard one for you to see what I am doing. Let's see if we can bring this light down a little bit. There we go. I think you'll be able to see that. We'll see. It's a little hard doing it so that you can see it with it being round. So I just put a little bit of moisture on there. Not much. Just a little. Okay, and I'm putting about, a little bitty triangle on the toe, on the long part of that angle brush. Just going to kind of blend it in a little bit on my plate, on my palette. And we'll just start right here at the top. And this was not a pattern. I just very quickly with a chalk pencil drew them on. So none of them, no two are exactly alike. But that's okay. I don't know that I've ever seen two bees exactly alike. So I'm just right around on the inside of the wing. And right up there at top under his head. So some of them are little bees, some of them are big bees. And if I want a little bit more, I can just walk it out a little bit. Okay. Get another load here. And we'll start out the same way. I'm going to start on the inside this time. And I'm just pressing down as I get down towards that bottom. If you go outside, just kind of wipe it off a little bit. And the way I go around and clean it up for anything that's gotten outside the lines, because doing it like this, showing it to you while I'm painting it is a little bit hard because of the shape of it. So I have been getting out of lines a little bit, but what I do is just take a Q-tip I wipe it off with my finger a little bit, but then I just take a Q-tip and either some, you can use hand sanitizer or you can use a little bit of your spit and you will be fine. Just something to make it moist, and then I just go around and like this right here. I've already got a little bit of spit on that. And I'll just go around and clean it up. But then I'll seal it. So you will not come into, the person that bought this, you will not come into any contact of my spittle. So I promise. Hi, Heather. Hi, Vicki. Hello, hello. Thanks for hopping in. Y'all know what kind of a crazy week I've had. Helping my brother with medical issues. He's doing much better, by the way. Much, much better. And it seems like some of the issues from the stroke are going to reverse. And he even got out on his riding lawnmower yesterday before all the rain came in and mowed his yard with someone down there with him. But so he's doing great. Thanks for all the prayers and comments. Okay, so there's that one shaded a little bit. Not a lot. And then I've just got a little bit of a wash of that gray in the center of them. Okay, so let's do this little guy. And I think we're going to have to do this direction with him. Just getting some moisture on there. Tomorrow, we are having little Jack's 4th birthday party. He won't be 4 until the 25th, but they needed to have his party while they had an open Saturday. And most of you know on here that we nearly lost Jack back in the end of November, first part of December, due to meningitis. We literally nearly lost him. So this is a very, very special birthday. And he's excited about it. He's doing great. Also, just the happiest little guy ever. So that'll be down in Corinth. And where they live. So that's about an hour and a half away. We go down there, for those of you that don't know, keep him and baby Ellie, his little sister. She is 8 months old. So it is a pleasure. I would drive 3 hours or more if I needed to go watch them and any of my other grandchildren, and I have before. They are just such a blessing. All right, I'm going to have to hold this down here to me right quick. And I'm just twirling it with my fingers. Okay, and I think that will be plenty on that. Now it's darker off camera. I mean, it's a little bit darker than what you're seeing it as, so it shows up a little better and just leaves it white with a little bit of gray on the inside of them. But what I want to do now is, because where I put the wings, some of the black of the body disappeared, so I want to go back in and reline that with black, and with this one is a 10-0 liner brush. So just whatever liner brush you're used to using. Yes, Vicki, God is good. You missed the other videos. Well, I think they're still on there, so you'll have to go watch. I don't think it's been 30 days yet. I can't remember if I put them on YouTube or not. Okay, so I'm just going to go back in here and reline. His body, and I think I'm just going to leave the outside of the wings with the gray. Okay, yeah, that shows up a lot better. Lot better. I'm gonna make this other one a little thicker. Okay, let's do this one. And again, none of these are alike. Their wings are all different. Just connecting it up to into the head. Some of their bodies are fatter than others. The other little thing I did was their little fly lines, like where they've been flying, the little dashes. And again, there's a couple little spots on here where I got a little bit out of line of the brush touch that I'll go back and clean up with that Q-tip before I seal it. I'm going to make sure you do it before you seal it. I am not very good. Clean that up a little bit there. At painting on round surfaces. Now, a round door hanger, yes, but on round surfaces like this, I don't know why they're challenging for me. I guess they would be for anybody. I don't know. And I'm trying to keep it on its edge so that I'm not laying. So I'm not laying it down on where I've just painted. Sorry, Facebook just sent me a message. I was trying to see what that was all about. They're wanting me to start letting them do commercials. You know, ads on my page, on my lives. And I don't know that I want that. I guess I don't know enough about it to really know. So do any of you, do you have that? You let Facebook, once you get to a certain point, have so many different, a number of followers and viewers, they will start wanting to do that. And, you know, they tell you, oh, you can earn this and this and this. Well, it's not much, but, or at least I don't think it is anyway. Again, I don't know enough about it. And I'm thinking, is it just something that's going to be annoying, or is it going to be beneficial to me? So if you know anything about it, let me know. Okay, I think that was all of them. Yes. Okay, I think I'm going to take white around their little wings. Typically I do black, but I think the white's going to show up a little bit better on this. We'll do one and see. Just to make it look like their wings have motion. And you could also do the little hashtags for their flight in white. What do you think? White look okay? I think it looks all right. And I could even go over the black a little bit with the white. Okay, another question. Do you think I should outline the wings in black or just leave them white? What would you do? What would you do? I went for an appointment yesterday with my kidney doctor, and they're doing okay. But he wants me to start drinking 60 ounces of water a day. Right now I'm drinking 30 to 40. He wants me to double and drink at least 60. I don't know how on earth that's going to happen. I mean, I think my eyeballs would be floating out. And how would I do anything but stand by the bathroom? But I'm going to try it. I'm going to see what I can do. That's a lot of water. I'm only 5 foot tall. But I also don't want to end up having dialysis. Not to that point. And I don't want to get there. Thank you, Vicki. Well, see, that's the way I am. I don't like watching them with ads. I'm like, but it does give you the option to click out of them. Okay, I think I'm going to go over these little dashes. With the white highlight, so they'll show up better on this red. Okay, yeah, I think that helps a little bit. Not covering them up exactly, just giving them some highlights. I had thought about keeping this one for myself because it does match my kitchen, the red and yellow. But it sold before I could even make up my mind, and I didn't have the heart to say no. She's a good customer, and I would rather somebody enjoy it. I can always paint another one somewhere down the road. And if you didn't watch the other videos, this is the first time I've ever painted on one of these. So it has been kind of trial and error for me. Okay, did I miss one? Yes, I missed one. And I wasn't sure before I painted it how I was going to like it, or if I wanted to paint another one, if I would ever paint another one. But I think, yes, I would definitely paint another one, especially if it's in this good shape. This one's in really good shape. Okay, what did y'all say about outlining the wings? Would you outline the wings or just leave them white? With no outline. They're shaded with the gray. But what would you do? Outline them or no outline? Okay, now we're going to work on the lid while you answer that question. And I think I'm going to match what we've got down here, white flowers with yellow center. But I think I'm going to use my large Dippin' Dotty floral Dippin' Dotty. Okay, so I need to get a good puddle of white. And I'm just going to dip it. Not all the way to the bottom of the plate. Just want to make sure it's got a good coverage on it. I may have to do this a couple of times since it's being so curved to kind of see how I want it. Because you can't lay it flat. I'm not sure I like that one. Okay, so I'm going to wash that one off. Let's see if I can get it a little flatter. Okay, those are better. The others, there were two little ones, two big ones. Okay, so I'm going to go on the other side. Okay, and that one's okay. I splattered some white paint. Okay, so top, bottom, and then we'll do the sides. Okay, so we've got all three on there now. Then we're going to put some greenery in here too. I could do a lot of little flowers, but I decided to go ahead and just do these larger size. Yay! Okay, now let me set those a little bit. By setting them, I mean dry them just enough to where they're not going to run. The centers of, excuse me, the centers of them will still be wet, but I can get them to where they won't run by moving them. Hi, Lori. Hello. Hi, Sue. See, I don't know if Facebook lets you pick your ads or not. You don't want to hold it when you do these dots. You don't want to hold it in one place too long, or they'll kind of bubble up and crack on you. You don't want that to happen. So you want to heat set them just enough so that around the edges are dry and they're not going to run down your piece. Okay, now let me clean my Dippin' Dotty. We were out driving around yesterday after we had a church event for our youth group, all the area youth at many congregations at church yesterday after we got back from my doctor's appointment. And so we stopped by there, and then on the way home, we kind of drove through our neighborhoods. And just a few blocks up from us, in their backyard, I told David, I said, stop, there's a coyote. And it was not very far from us at all. I mean, probably, I would say, maybe 100 yards at the most. And it was just under a shade tree in the backyard. They didn't have a fence or anything. And he was just laying there, just chilling. And I said, I'm going to get out and see if he'll let me pet it. And David said, no, you're not. He said, you know those things carry rabies. And I said, I know, but he looks so sweet. He said, you'll think sweet when he grabs you, rips your head off. Said, okay, but he just looked so innocent. And he wasn't afraid of us. Now, again, we were like 100 yards away, and I was in the truck. But it was just, he was just so peaceful looking, or she, I don't know what it was, but anyway, it was so, so cute. We have so much construction going on all around us that they're being run out of their habitats, you know, and I feel sorry for them. They don't know what's going on. They just know that their home is gone. Let's see if that'll be just about right. Let me see if that, the Dippin' Dotty, I don't think the end of it's going to be big enough, quite big. Well, I don't know, it might. Let's see. We're going to go in with yellow. We'll try it first, and if I don't think it's wide enough, we'll just use the end of the brush handle. So this is cadmium yellow, just like we used on the pot itself. All right, first I'm going to try just the tip of the Dippin' Dotty. Oh yeah, that's perfect. And again, we'll dry these. So they're not dripping everywhere. Okay, get that cleaned off. I don't want to dry my paint on my plate. So just about have everything ready for the VBS week that starts Monday. I'll have to start, get the classroom ready Sunday. Can't do anything with it until after Sunday morning, after worship, because they'll have Bible class in there Sunday morning. And I have the craft room this year. So what we do, they go to, we have it in stations. They go to the lesson station. They go to the game challenge station. Each is in a different room. And the games are geared towards whatever our theme is, the Bible theme, Bible lessons. So the games they pertain to those. Like they'll have to answer a question, a Bible question about the lesson in order to get a term or something like that. I don't know who's doing the games. I mean, I don't know what they're doing for the games this year, but that's what they do. Everything's geared around the lessons. And so, well, I have the craft room. So they'll come in by age, by grade level, actually. Like second and third grade will be together. So I'll have all of them in the room at once. Once they finish the craft room, then here will come another age group. They'll all have the same crafts, but it'll just be different ages. So, of course, I had to get some painting in there. So, I bought some wooden arcs and little dowel rods to make handles. And I had a Mr. Jeff that makes our Dippin' Dotties. He made angels for me to go on the top of them. So, they're going to be painting those the first day. And they'll have to tell me something about the Bible lesson. So, I've got something, each day will be a different craft. So, I've got to get busy. I've got everything together, but I'll have to get busy Sunday and get the room ready. Okay, let's do some leaves on this. Just some little vines. And I'm going to use Hauser. This is Hauser Light Green. And I think that's what I'm going to use. I thought about medium green, but I think we'll use light. Okay, y'all let me know what you think. I haven't seen any answers yet. Would you line with black the wings, or would you leave them as they are? See, I've just got the body lined, but would you go around and do the wings in black, or just leave them as is? Okay, so Hauser Light Green. And I think I will use this is a #1 Master's Touch liner. We're going to try it. And I'm just going to connect the flowers. Okay, so I'm just connecting them with some little vines. And then we'll put some leaves. And somebody had asked on the last video, would you use this on the stove? Would you put water or tea or something in it and use it? Okay, Sue says leave them white. Okay, that's what I was kind of thinking. All right. I would not put this on the stove. #1, the sealer, the spray sealer is flammable. So I don't think I would risk that. Okay, so we've got a little bit of greenery there, and let's do some little leaves. And then with the smaller brush, well, actually, I think we could use this one. Let's make some little vines coming out. And then we'll put some little dots on those. But let's go ahead and make the leaves first. See what brush I want to use to do that. Okay, I think we'll just use this round All right, we're going to go in one direction. And I'm dipping back in with each leaf. Dipping back in the paint. So I get a good puddle. And then once they dry, if you need to go back and touch any of them up, you can. We can also make some on this side. We can go back around and make them on the other side too. And you can put little white highlight lines. We're going to put some little white flower looking things on the ends of those little branches that stick out, the little vines. Okay, now let's go on the opposite side. Just adds another little whimsy to it. I heard somebody yesterday on a live, and I never did find out where they were. They were under a freeze warning. Crazy, crazy weather. All right, so we'll let that dry. And then if I want to come in and put some dark green, a little bit of white highlight, we can do that. It could give them a little more dimension. And I could just outline them in gray. I don't know. I'll have to look at them and think about it. Okay, before I put dots on this out here, I think I'm going to take the Hauser dark green. And with my tiny little, this one that we just used was a 7 angle. This is a 1. So you can see the difference in the size. So I'm going to use this small one, the size 1. And put a little bit of that dark Hauser green down at the bottom. So the bottom's going to be the closest to the flower. Just to give them a little more dimension. And then we can come with some, if you can see those little bitty right there, we can come in with some of that lime or Irish moss with the lighter green up at the top, or little white highlight lines. And you say, oh, that's just so tiny you can't even see it. You don't think you can see it, but your eye is drawn to the little details, even if you don't realize it. And there's, you know, there's not hardly any on here. This is small. Trying to think what side I wanted it on. Okay, let's do the next one. Hardest thing is not getting too much water. I was going to put my new canvas light holder up, phone holder up, and I could not get my phone to stay on it, so I'm still working on it. Just have not had a second to slow down. I got the rainbows painted. I've got one more that I need to do, and most of those sold. So y'all evidently like rainbows for your Bible classrooms or paint parties. I do have a few left. If anybody's interested, they are $10 plus shipping and handling. They're unfinished and they are such good wood. I was very impressed with that. Oops, one more over here. I just think they will be so cute in a Bible classroom or a baby nursery. And I think on mine, I'm going to put on the clouds, I'm going to write, God keeps his promises. I think that's what I'm going to put on mine. Okay, now on this, up the top, I'm going to put some of this Irish moss. It's just bright enough that I think it'll give it a little bit of highlight on there. Or we could just put some of the yellow. Let's try this Irish moss and see what it looks like. It's hard painting in small spaces. Tiny little spots. Okay, yep, it's showing up. I'm just putting it at the top. We'll do one yellow and see if I like the yellow better. Don't want much. Okay, I do think I like the yellow better. I think it just shows up a little better. And again, this is an extra step that you wouldn't have to do, but I just think that it's all the little details that make such a difference on it. On any of the pieces that you do. And I know this is hard to even see what I'm doing because this is so tiny. But another good thing about it being so tiny is before you know it, you're done. And this would have been a lot faster. But I didn't just sit down and do it. I've done it in 3 different sections 3 different videos. But if you sat down from start to finish and did it, you could get it done in half a day or less, depending on how much detail you put on it. Okay, so I don't know if you can see that highlight in there or not. Dark on the bottom, highlighted on the top. Okay, now let's put, and I'm just going to use the end of my Dippin' Dotty, and we're going to go in with white. Let's actually go in with yellow and white. And I'm just going to put some little dots, leaving enough space in between them to put some white ones also. So I'm going to go around and do yellow first. And now I'm just making this up as I go, as far as what I'm putting where. I'm going to heat set those so they're not running. I didn't leave quite enough space in between that one. But we will make it work. Okay, see how fast that was? Now we're going to put some white in there, but I want to heat set those. I'm not going to put anything on the top of it, the rubber ball handle here, because it says what does that say? Farberware. Farberware. It's got it across that, so I'm not going to put anything on the handle. Okay, now let's go back in with white. And just where we can, and I'm not going to press down quite as hard. And add some white in there, just to make it pop a little more. So everywhere I have a little space. You can even put some on the vine. Close to the vine, outside of the vine. Super fast, but adds so much detail. Okay, let me wash that off. Let me hold it up this way. Oh, let me draw them first. Needs to be a little bit bigger. So pretty. You don't think of black as being a pretty background, but it is, because it makes all the other colors really pop. You have to be careful because this is metal and it gets hot and you got to pick it up. And this is very loose, whimsical compared to what I typically do. So let's see what it looks like. Be careful because those dots are not completely dry yet. I just set them enough to where they would stay in place. Okay, So you got flowers all the way, no matter which side you've got it on, you've got your flowers up top. And you could add more vines, you know, you could just go to town with it. You could even take your brush and make little brush marks along here if you wanted to. So lots of different things that you could do with it, but I think I'm going to leave it as is. Let's go ahead and take this tape off. This is just masking tape. The painter's tape that I have was just too wide, and it was not the easy release, so I didn't want to put it on there. I just can't believe in the shape this was in. Such good shape. It didn't look like it had really even been used. I got it at a flea market, an outdoor flea market. And the guy said, do you mind my asking? Because I got so excited about it. And he said, well, do you mind my asking, what are you going to do with it? Are you just going to use it? I said, oh, no, I'm going to paint it. And he said, paint it? So I had to pull up a sample on my phone and show him. And he was like, oh, okay. Okay, let's see. Now with the lid on, the handle doesn't even look like it's been used at all. The handle is in excellent shape. There's special note. I don't want to put it down too hard because I don't want to press on those dots. But it fits real tight down in there. But anyway, so let's hold it up here. You like vines in the wings. Yeah, I thought about that too, with just some of the gray, that I may go back and do that too. I thought about that yesterday. I was sitting here looking at it and thinking, do I want to put vines? Do I want to outline them? So I'll probably have to just think about it a little bit. Anyway, so this lid fits down in tight. And I decided not to paint the spigot, just to leave it silver. But there we go. And then I'll have to spray it, but I'm going to let it sit overnight. It's raining out there right now, so I don't want to seal in the rain. I'm afraid it wouldn't dry right. But there it is. There's not even really much on the bottom, except where I set it, where there's a little bit of paint, but it just doesn't look like it's hardly been used at all. So I love it. Okay, so I want to remind you that in just a couple of weeks, the 26th at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, that's when we're going to have our next Dippin' Dottie sale for our fall. What did I do with them? There. For our new fall set, and all the other sets will be available too if you missed out on the first ever how many times we've done this on the original sets. We've got, here's a few of the sets. I mean, we got a whole bouquet full. We got our own colorful bouquet here. So those sets will all be available too. And I'll show them in more detail later. But the new one is the pumpkin, the little ghost. And we painted these on a video not too long ago. As a sample, and I'll have that on the 26th too, and then a little witch's hat. So we were joking around and said, well, I guess we could set the ghost on the pumpkin with the witch's hat on. But we did paint these individually to show you how to do it. And thank you, Vicki. This one sold before I even finished it online the other day. I got a private message, and it was meant to either stay in my kitchen or go to the craft show, but she was excited about it. And y'all know me, I can't say no. And if you keep everything, it's not a business. So, so I have to keep telling myself, you can't keep everything. You just can't do it. But it's hard not to. You get attached to them after you spend so many hours, you know, painting on them. But anyway, June the 26th at 10 a.m., we will have the live Dippin' Dottie sale, and I'll start taking orders for that on the 26th. So mark your calendars for that. I will see you before then, but definitely will be on here then. All right, ladies, have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Thank you so much. Hi, Francis. Thank you so much for hopping on. Thank you, Sue. Thank you so much. Thanks, everyone. I appreciate you. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.